We're going to be building on a practice that I just recently released called the Sovereign Self, and you can see that practice here. When we look at this practice, we're going to do a standing practice, and I'm going to be asking you to kind of claim the space that's yours, to take up the space that can be yours, your psychic space, your mental space, your emotional space, your physical space. And I'll also ask you to bring your hands back to your heart, to own your own energy, to know what that is. You're going to hear me talk about one aspect of yoga practice that I think is really worth underlining. And that is that when we're practicing yoga, we are eliciting sensations from the body. Sensations are going to come, and we get to have a relationship with those sensations. This is distinct from feeling like the emotional turbulence of life is just causing us to have sensations and emotions all the time, like the feeling of a pit in your stomach, or your heart rate goes up, or you're clenching your jaw. Right? Those kinds of things, they feel like they're not really in our leadership nor in our control. On your yoga mat, you get to recalibrate that and have this kind of sovereign self that can claim your space and your energy. You direct your mind, your body, your breath to the sensations, emotions, images as a way to create a healing internal environment so that when those pop-up experiences happen, you're actually able to respond from the skills you build during your yoga practice. Okay, let's get into the practice now and let me know how it goes for you. Remember to subscribe, to like the video if it's good for you, and leave comments down below. All right, see you there. Okay, so as we come up to standing, please have 2 yoga blocks at the ready or something that could be similar in use for that. And take a stance just as wide as a regular yoga mat. So knees bent, maybe feet are a little wider than hip distance apart. Okay, with your inhale, take the arms out to the side, turn your palms face up. Exhale, hands to your heart. And we're going to start with that. So inhale, hands down, wide and up, like just reaching into this space and claiming it as your own. Exhale, hands to your heart, come into center. Okay, again, inhale. Exhale, like you're determined to have an inner self. It matters to you. Okay, inhale again, claim the space around you. Exhale. Now let's take it all the way up overhead. Inhale, raise your arms, palms face up, lift up, straighten your elbows, and exhale, bow forward. Take the arms wide. Go ahead and use your blocks. If the floor is a little far away, you can place them on the floor, something like this. And then inhale, glide your heart forward and claim the space in front of you. Exhale and deeply bow towards your legs. Energize your leg muscles. Complete the exhale. And then inhale, sweep your arms wide and raise back up. And exhale, hands to your heart. Now again, inhale. And exhale, sweep your arms wide. So you're claiming the space that surrounds you. It's your space to occupy. Complete the exhale. Inhale, glide your heart forward. Listen for the sensations of the practice. And as you exhale, bow deeply towards your legs. Say hello to your hamstrings, your calves, maybe your back or your lumbar spine. And then inhale, raise your arms wide, come back up. And exhale, bring your hands down to your heart. Okay, let's take a little bit wider stance. And in this wider stance, you may or may not need blocks. We'll find out here in a moment. Energize your legs, press into your footprints, and inhale, sweep your arms wide. And again, give yourself permission to take up the space and to have a sense of like even your psychic space around you. And exhale, hands to the heart. Know where your center is. Again, inhale. Exhale, hands to the heart. Come back to center and, own your own energy. Bring it back to you. Inhale, sweep your arms wide. Exhale, hands to the heart. go all the way up. So inhale, include the space above you. And exhale, bow forward, come down as you touch the floor or the blocks. Notice the sensations in your legs are a little different than the first pose. Inhale, glide your chest and your heart forward. And exhale to bow deeply towards your legs. Root into your heels. Inhale, sweep your arms wide, reach out into the space around you and above you. And exhale, hands down to your heart. And know where your center is, right? Where is your sense of center? Okay, turn your right foot out to the right. Take the left heel and take it slightly back so the left foot has a little angle. We won't use blocks for this one, but they can stay on the floor in front of you if you're using them. Okay, so when you turn the left heel like that, it does turn your pelvis in a slight angle. We are going to go to the right. We're not going to try to stay kind of like 180 like this. That's way outdated yoga instruction. So we do have a slight angle for the pelvis to turn. Okay, inhale, take your arms wide. Exhale, hands to the heart. Know where your center is. Inhale, arms wide. Exhale, hands to your heart. This time we're going to take the arms up overhead. So inhale, arms wide, claiming the space around you and above you. And now exhale, bend your right knee, take the arms out to the side and come into warrior two pose. Gaze out over your right fingertips. Press your right knee open in the same line as your third toe on your right foot. Lift the pubic bone up so the tailbone goes down. And then from the center line of your spine, reach out and kind of claim the space that's yours, this psychic space, physical space, personal space. And even as you gaze to the right, be aware of where your left hand is. Turn your palms face up, please. And as you next inhale, raise your arms and straighten your right leg. And then exhale, hands to your heart. Rotate your right foot in. Take the left toes out. Take your right heel slightly back. So again, you've told your pelvis you're going to go to your left. And it's not going to stay in any kind of magical 180. Okay, inhale, arms wide. So this is a breath on purpose that you're going to be able to repeat. Exhale, hands to the heart. You can repeat it in daily life, right? You inhale like, nope, I'm going to claim the space. That's mine, my psychic space, energetic space. Exhale, hands to your heart. You get to own your own energy. Once more like that. Exhale. And the sun will be going up overhead. So inhale, claim the entire space, even that above you. And now exhale, bend your left knee, line it up with your third toe, gaze out over your left fingertips. Press your left knee a little to the left so it's going to line up with your toes. Reach into your right heel, your right hand. So even though you're gazing left, you want to know where that kind of back hemisphere is right now. Kind of sense the surround of the space that's yours, that you get to occupy, and you're not allowing any intrusions right now. And turn your palms face up, and with your next inhale, straighten your arms, straighten your left leg, reach up overhead. And exhale your hands to your heart. Make the left foot parallel with your right foot. Find that inner sense of your energy is yours to own and to guide and to protect and preserve when needed and to use generously when you want to. So once more, inhale. And exhale, come down to the forward bend. And again, you can use your blocks now if your hamstrings or calves are asking for more support, or you can put your hands on the floor. Okay, let's stay down in the pose for a little bit and bring your awareness to the sensations of your legs, knowing that you're offering these sensations by being here on your yoga mat. These are not the kind of sensations that suddenly surprise you from an emotional upset. Let's breathe into those sensations. And notice when you breathe into the sensation, does it change? Might intensify, might soften. What happens when your breath meets your sensations? And with your next inhale, raise up onto your fingertips, whether you're on the floor or on some blocks. Place your hands directly beneath your shoulders. Let's keep the legs stable, strong, and centered. And place your left hand between where both hands are now. And that could be that you move your block to center, right? And you place the left palm firmly down, and then inhale and twist to your right, please. This is not an easy twist to do, and you're going to need the strength of your left arm pressing down and the strength of both legs to be stable, the strength of your breathing, and the strength of your mind. And I would say a mind that is kind, supportive, encouraging. And with an exhale, come down, and let's place the right hand wherever your left hand happened to be, and then twist to your left. And in this twist, again, you want to use the strength of your legs, the strength of your right arm, the strength of the breath, a conscious, smooth breath, and the strength of your mind, an encouraging and supportive mind. And then exhale, come down to center. This time, raise your hands to your hips and rise up to standing. And as you come up, turn your heels in and your toes out. And come into this is called the jazz dance warm-up pose. Place your hands on your knees. Press your knees out, stretch the inner thighs. Let's be sure not to overarch the lower back. So keep your back waist broad. And then we're going to go a little bit side to side. And as you're going side to side, really think about the smoothness of the movement. You might be noticing differences right to left in your body. Like one inner thigh might be more flexible than the other. That's okay. It's very common. Bring yourself to center where you sense that to be. Turn your left hand in and twist to your right. And let's try to do this twist with two straight arms. So your side torso is going to feel like it's getting lengthened as well. As you're twisting to your right, look over your right shoulder. Remind yourself that the space that surrounds you, the psychic space, your personal space, your sovereign sense of boundaries, you can kind of expand that on your inhalation. And on the exhale, even mentally return to your heart. And then inhale, rise up to center. Okay, we're going to go back down to do the other side of the twist, right? And notice if your legs appreciate having a little break, or when you're ready to, drop back down. Yeah, turn the right hand in. Look over your left shoulder as you twist to your left. In the rotation, sometimes it feels like you want to bend your elbows if the spine is stiff, but please straighten your arms. So we're really getting an honest experience of how much twist your spine can do. And then breathe in one more time, sensing the space that's yours to occupy. And then exhale, come to center, straighten your legs, and let's go toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, or heel, toe. People will say it that way too. Come back to mountain pose where we began in the standing sequence. Let your arms relax. Close your eyes if you like. And picture like this sovereign you, almost as if you were like an oak tree. You'd come from the acorn to the oak tree, and there's this wide canopy of branches, and you know your strength in your center. And then please come down to the floor, and you'll probably want to have a blanket when you come down to the floor, so I'll get mine. Here's an interesting teaching from a teacher from India. His name is Anthony DeMelo. He's no longer living. But when I talk about this oak tree, I can't not remember his teaching on this. And he was discussing it as how we can really respect other people and not be tangled in their stuff, and then also not let them get tangled in ours. And he said, there's this oak tree. It has these branches. It creates shade. And the oak tree just allows whatever visitors come to take shade in its canopy. But it does not reach out for somebody in the hot sun who refuses to take shade. It doesn't reach out to that person and pull them into the shade. Nor does it determine that some people are like worthy of shade or not worthy of shade. And it's not bothered by people being in its shade because it's just holding its own shape. It's like keeping its own sovereign shape, right? So that's a little bit, we could think of it in terms of our sovereignty, that in my sovereign self, I don't reach out to someone who's even overheating in the hot sun but refusing to accept, let's say, my kindness or generosity or wisdom or refuge, or if that's not accepted, if they're rejecting it, I can't pull them in to it. I can't make them a different person. I can't make them want to be on the path that I'm on for healing, for example. But also, if somebody were to come and take refuge in the shade and make good use of it, I wouldn't be like taking a branch down to push them out. I wouldn't be in this particular way. So you can hold your own shape, and things can happen around you, and they don't have to be distorting you. We don't have to be succumbing to that kind of distortion. Let me know if you have questions about that. Of course, you can always post a comment down below a video like this and let me know what your questions are. So I'd like you to take a blanket now, and you're going to fold the blanket. This is called the storage fold at my old yoga studio. But then we're going to fold it in thirds. So you place it down, make one fold, second fold. So it's a third. It's a trifold. Like that. Okay, and then take one block near enough for your hand to reach it. And please lie on your back so that your shoulder blades are going to be on the blanket. And then you can take a block to place under your head. So my hope is that your head is a little bit higher than your heart here. And let's actually turn the block so it goes lengthwise under your head, not on the longitude, but on the latitude. Take your arms out to the side so the shoulders can roll back down towards the floor. It's okay to keep the knees bent. You can have your feet flat on the floor. And then turn your head to your right as far as it comfortably goes. Roll your left shoulder down towards the floor. If you'd like, you can use your right hand gently to encourage. Release your right hand and encourage your head then to stay where it has the flexibility for. And again, notice that these sensations are ones that you're getting a chance to be in like a conscious relationship with. These aren't sensations that are going to blindside you. You might be surprised by your sensations, but they're not coming as a result of an altercation with somebody or a difficult memory. Now, it's also the case that when you're practicing yoga, sometimes your body will offer memories. You'll have emotions. You're here on your mat, so you can welcome those things with kindness. And with your next exhale, roll your head to center. Now notice how the sensations resolved, right? Some of them went away. Now turn your head to your left as far as it comfortably goes. Keep the right shoulder heavy down towards the floor. And you may bring your left hand up to gently encourage. Now, as you listen to the sensations in your body here, they are likely, you're cultivating them, you're offering the practice to your body. So you are generating the sensations, but some of these sensations reflect a pattern of long holding, that maybe a pattern of holding tension for quite some time. So as you breathe into your sensations, you can even consider appreciating them for having held that tension for whatever period of time they've had to hold it. And then as you exhale, rotate your head back to center and invite the resolution of those sensations, like, may the tension or stress in my body be resolved, right? Invite the resolution, not only for today's stretch, but for the habit of holding tension. And take the legs out to Shavasana. And remember that, again, during a yoga practice, while we're consciously creating the sensations in the body, sometimes the practice does resolve a piece of tension, and then a memory might come through, or an image or a feeling might arise. And during our yoga practice, we can welcome that thoughtfully, with warm regard. Your body's not going to offer those emotions, sensations, images as a way to intrude on you, but it's likely offering to ask for your attention or your kindness. And go ahead and close your eyes and notice the shape of the upper back with the support of your blanket. Invite your shoulders to roll down towards the floor. And for your heart to be supported, open, and safe. In a moment, we're going to go to regular Shavasana. So spend another breath or two noticing the shape of your heart. And then bend your knees. Roll to your side just momentarily. Take the blanket out from under. Set the block aside. Lie back down. And now this is like a blanket trick. Depends on how your blanket was folded. You're going to be able to take it out over for Shavasana. So when I say blanket trick, it's because I was able to fling my blanket with like one gesture to get it over my feet. That might not happen for you, and that's okay. Take your arms out to the side. This is a really important time to deeply, deeply rest now. So bring your head to center. Close your eyes. Having explored some of your strength, know that your strength is also going to be growing. You're opening up a pathway for your mind, body, breath to prioritize your strength and sovereignty. You've explored some emotions, sensations, the breath, all of it on purpose. And now allow yourself to deeply rest. And if again, an image, a memory, a feeling comes, see if you might allow that in the space of your kindness to yourself. And if nothing comes and it's just very quiet for you, by all means, allow the deep quiet to replenish you. Allow your body to get heavier with relaxation, to release more fully into the ground beneath you. Mind to get very quiet, deeply restful. Know that your body is doing really important integration work right now. allowing your mind to remain quiet. Let your body receive this question with great thoughtfulness from you. You're going to ask your body, what does it need today? How can you be kind? What commitment does your body want you to keep? Is there anything on your schedule today that your body would like you to reduce or to say no to? You can slightly wiggle your toes, your fingers. Let's bend the knees. Please roll to your side. And press yourself up to sitting. Turn to your seat. And when you rise up to sit, it's another phase of integration. So you can imagine yourself like this oak tree that has come from the acorn of the sovereign self. Now, as I said before, sometimes we didn't get to build a sovereign self because the numbers of times that our nervous system got activated or either intruded or not supported, those memories can come and cause us to move away from our sovereign self or to not know that it's an option. So we're cultivating that now, whether you're 20, 30, 40, 50 years, 60 years, 70 years old, you can still cultivate that inner sovereign self. It's waiting for you there. And let's picture that sovereign self. Like, use your imagination. Breathe into it. And we'll do this one more time, this gesture. Inhale, raise your arms wide. This is your space. And exhale, hands to your heart. Know that you matter. Thank you very much for being here. Namaste. Before you go, thank you once again for sharing your practice. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button for videos that work well for you, and let me know if you have questions. You know, I spoke quite a bit here about how a yoga practice can help us to reach towards our sensations, to have a relationship with our body and our sensations. And I also noted that sometimes during a yoga practice, emotions, sensations, images, even body memories can come. So if you have questions or comments, please leave those down below the video. I would be glad to connect with you, and I'll respond to your comments as I can. Thank you once again for being here. Have a beautiful day.